Hello, my name's Eric Busbards. People call me Vision. This is Julie.
I'm not Julie. I'm actually Julz. What's up?
She's riding her skateboard real far. She started in Orange County, and then she decided, well, might as well keep going. So skate, Julz, skate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. I'm goofing around. That's my little Forrest Gump imitation. It was pretty bad. But yes, this is Julz Lynn.
That was Forrest Gump? I thought it was like
I know.
an imitation of a really old dude or something like that.
Yeah, see how bad it was? She didn't even know who I was doing. That's how terrible it was. So Julz is skating from California to Oregon for the Trifecta Contests. Now, anybody that's watched any episodes of Skateboarding California knows that the whole point of these episodes is to do stuff that's really different. And when I found out Julz was doing this, I was like, well, that's pretty different. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to do a little interview with her and see what she's doing. And this is what, day 3? Yeah.
3.
Day 3.
For the 3rd annual Life Rolls On. Day 3, 3rd
Wow,
annual.
yeah, it all kind of fits together.
You know?
Yes.
Three's my lucky number, actually, so it's very interesting.
Well, there you go. So yes, we also happen to, it coincides with the Life Rolls On event at Venice Beach Skatepark. And so tell us about the whole trip and the journey and why you're deciding to do this whole thing.
Well, basically, this year there was a lot of contests in Europe that I wanted to go to, and I wasn't able to make it out. And the girls' contest for the vert and the Superpark isn't going on. And I was like, well, basically all the contests I would do in the summer, I'm not going to be doing, and I'm just going to be hanging out at home. And I got to make it to Oregon. I don't have an apartment right now. I'm kind of homeless. I'm looking for a place to stay, couch surfing and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I just want to ride my skateboard, and I want to hit every park along the way. I hate how every time you go to the Trifecta, you miss all the parks along the way, whether you're flying, driving. There's a lot of stuff you want to hit. And I was like, why don't I just ride my skateboard all the way there and have fun ripping it up, see people along the way, and just make it a mission for skateboarding. Start at the Huntington Beach Pier, make it to Lincoln City, Oregon. The contest is August 10th through the 12th, so I just got to make it there within a month, and I figured I could do that after mapping out everything and just looking at everything. I was like, you know what, let's go for it. And so I think it's going to be fun working with trying to basically doing the skate for companies like Keep Abreast and Grind for Life, and trying to raise money for cancer awareness and just helping people who have cancer and trying to bring awareness to that and just
Cool. So it's more than just skating. It's like it's a charity event as well.
Charity, journey, growth, progression, everything.
So exactly how many contests have you won, and like what are some of the big contests that you've competed in?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head how many contests I've won. I've won 16 in a row at one point. I don't know if that's how many I won overall.
Well, yeah, but but there was also, like, I know the X Games and Pro Tech, you've done like really well. What did you place in those?
In the X Games, I skated the women's vert of the X Games, and the first year I got 6th place, and the second year I got 5th place. I've also competed in the Do Tour for the women's vert in Boston. There's the ladies Pro Tech pool party. The first year that I skated it, I got 7th place, and then I worked my way up to 4th, 2nd, and then I finally won the contest. It was at my hometown. It was an awesome accomplishment.
And what year was that?
That was 2009.
2009, you won Pro Tech.
Yeah, totally.
Very cool.
Competed in contests like that. I was ranked the #1 female bull rider, points ranked for 3 years in a row for 2007, 2008, and 2009.
Yeah. I remember all of that.
Totally.
Yes.
Long time ago now, but still out there ripping, trying at least. I went through a lot. I had to stop skating for a minute because I had to go and move out of my dad's house and went into foster homes and stuff, and it was just a real struggle to get them to allow me to ride my skateboard at the skate parks. So I really had to go under the radar, and then recently I had some injuries and had 36 concussions now, so.
Wow.
I've been working with S1, and we got me a sick helmet set up, and I'm on my board, and I'm out there trying to work on all my stuff again.
Now, the helmet that you now wear all the time after 36 concussions.
Oh yeah, I gotta wear that thing.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, and you know, I do remember that period of time when you're like winning all these contests and stuff, because when I did my Learn to Ride a Skateboard video, you were somebody that I really wanted to potentially work with in that thing. But the problem was, you know, she was underage at the time, and you had like no internet presence. I remember, and I had no way of getting in touch with her.
Oh yeah, I know.
And so like it just never happened. And so I'm glad now to actually be able to meet her and hang out with her and skate with her and talk to her and do things like this. And for this whole journey that you're doing, a lot of people, of course, have hopped on to be sponsors and help out. So who are some of the sponsors who are helping?
Some of the sponsors that are helping out with the trip, Bones Wheels is another sponsor. It's definitely important to have lots of wheels and bearings for a 2,000-mile skate.
Yes.
To go through those. America, Soul Tech, they're hooking up the shoes, because you go through shoes.
Go through a lot of those too, yeah.
And,
you're probably going to go through like a lot of like, are you goofy or regular?
I'm regular foot.
So you're going to go through a lot of right shoes, probably.
Right shoes, yeah. And then I sometimes I have to drag my foot going down really fast hills, because like I'm not going to mob it with like my whole entire backpack and like everything like all fast downhill. So I do go through those.
Uh-huh.
And then I have S1 helmets and Black Fly sunglasses.
Cool.
I mentioned Bones Wheels. Oh, and Pink Widow Distribution. Pink Widow Distribution is a distributing company in Fullerton for all girls, female product for skateboarding and stuff. They have companies out of there like Silly Girl Skateboards,
They gave you the
OG
longboard.
Betty, and they gave me the longboard to make the trip possible and be able to do it, because otherwise I was going to do it on my regular skate, and that would be really hard.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
stoked on that.
Cool.
Definitely.
Very cool.
And the longboard is super sick too. I've never rode a longboard, so
Yeah.
I'm really happy to have one now. And I'm all trying to do tricks and stuff. I'm all,
Longboards
I
are
like
so much
this.
fun. Yeah, they're so much fun.
Cruising.
What do you ride a longboard like in the snake run or in the snake park? It's like a totally different experience. It's really cool.
Yeah. And then you go to ride your regular skateboard, and once you step back up, like from the difference,
Yeah, it takes
oh, man,
a little.
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it takes a little adjusting. Yeah,
Totally.
definitely. Well, you know, one of the things that I know that I've mentioned to you and that we've talked about is the fact that approximately 26% of skateboarders are women. Actually, it was 25, and now I just checked the statistics again because these statistics are compiled by the National Sporting Goods Association, which is basically an organization that gets together and gets all kinds of data from places like shops that sell skateboards and sporting goods stores and things like that. So 26% of skateboarders are women, and yet if you look at skateboarding, it's really obvious that skateboarding media and skateboarding contests and things like that, they're definitely not giving 25% of the coverage to women. So there's a lot of girls out there that maybe want to skate and they're intimidated or they don't want to or whatever, and maybe parents don't want to let their girls skate. So what would you say to all those people to encourage them to get out on a skateboard?
You know what? Skateboarding is not a crime. I know that's not original, but what I have to say about skateboarding is skateboarding saved my life, and it has never been a negative thing for me. It's always been a positive thing. It was hard in the beginning to come up in skateboarding as a girl. I had boys like, oh, you look like a boy, why are you riding a skateboard? You know, like, it was hard. And one thing I have for encouragement to girls that want to keep skating is, or like try skateboarding, is that, you know, it's a great way to stay in shape. So you're always looking good for the boys. There's cute boys at the skate park. No, I'm just joking. That's not the real reason you should skate.
Yes, it is. It actually is. Especially if you're a cute girl, that's a very good reason to get on a skateboard.
Nah, skateboarding is just pure fun, man. It keeps you in touch with just that side of you that you can express yourself and get out your feelings. You get a chance to go out there, and if you're having a bad day, you can go and just make yourself feel better by doing some carves, you know? Just even that, like, it feels so amazing. And I think as girls, we're very emotional, and sometimes it's good to just get out and just ride your board. Just go out there, push. Think about pushing. Think about the way the wind feels in your hair. You know, just skateboarding is an amazing thing, and it can change your life if you really get into it and just see like the positive that it can do. Skateboarders are like family, you know. Once you start skateboarding, if you ride a skateboard, pretty much any other skateboarder you see, you're going to be able to say, hey, what's up? I skate here, here, here. And they'll be like, oh, no way, I skate here, here, and here. So in that, you're opening yourself up to family. If you don't have family, bam, there you go. You got a whole community skateboarding.
You know what else, like personally from my own experience, maybe not everybody's felt this, but I thought this was really interesting, was it also changes depending upon the type of skating that you're doing, like depending upon the groups of people. Because like I used to go to the skate park like all the time, and people were like pretty cool to me, and you know, they were nice and whatever. When I started skating pools, it like everything changed. Like people started to give me like a lot more respect. People started to, like more people would say hello to me and stuff, you know what I mean? That would have like ignored me before. And I just thought that was really interesting. It was like once I started skating things that were more challenging, all of a sudden all those people were like, oh, hey, you know, he's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, as you progress, people will see that progression, and they'll totally get stoked for you, and they'll be inspired by your progression as well. Like, another thing I have to say is like to parents out there that are like, oh, I don't want my daughter to get into skateboarding. My dad didn't want me to ride a skateboard the first time I asked him to ride a skateboard. He's like, you're my little princess. Girl skateboarding is like women's basketball. Like, he just told me everything that was bad. Like, no skateboarding. And I was like, too bad, Dad, I'm gonna do it. He's like, all right, try dropping in. You're gonna fall and hurt your butt and not want to do it again. I did it, and I loved it, and I kept going. But, you know, I had one of those parents that told me, you know, like, oh, don't do it. And honestly, if it wasn't for skateboarding, I wouldn't be alive today. And I think that has a lot to be said. Skateboarding should not be looked at as negative. It's a way for your kids to get involved into, maybe it's not lacrosse or baseball or basketball or something. It's a different culture. It's a more artistic. It's a way. It's kind of like a more express yourself type sport. You get to really have an individualism and be independent.
I always say that it's, if I had to compare it to something else, I think it's a lot like dance or gymnastics.
Oh, totally.
You know, like those kinds of athletic activities, I think, are kind of what relate the most to skateboarding, because that sort of is what it is. You know, it's sort of gymnastics, it's sort of dance.
It's a form of art. It's a lifestyle.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to thank Julz for doing this and appearing on camera and telling us all about what it is that you're doing. And I also wanted to note that you're getting there when? August?
I have to be in Oregon by August 10th is Friday, the first contest, and I have to be in Lincoln City for that day.
Okay, so depending on when you're watching this video, if it is past August 10th of 2012, you know, you can still help her out. You can still support her by contributing to the charities that And if it is before that date, you know, get onto Facebook and offer her some support. What is your Facebook thing?
My Facebook is facebook.com/Julz, Julz, Skates, SK8S, and there's no spaces in that, so that's facebook.com/Julz Skates. And I have the links on there. My journey is called Julz Skates Northwest, and we're here day 3. So.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks again.
Yeah. Thank you.
See you later.
Later.
And one last reminder that Julz is doing this skate from Huntington Beach, California to Lincoln City, Oregon for charity for both Keep Abreast and Grind for Life. So be sure to check out their websites and donate to these very worthwhile charitable organizations.